Alright guys, Dreadnought's back today with another review, and today it is a massive one. I said I had a big one coming up soon, and here it is. The Sideshow Premium Format Marvel Incredible Hulk Statue, and I can't wait to get this thing out of the box and take a look at it. Couple of issues already. As you can notice here, the brown shipper is not on the box because it came completely trashed, and I'll show you that in just a moment with the box damage. But let's just get a measurement on the box here. And that's coming in right at 25 inches. So just a massive, incredible box. You see here I had to set it on the floor to take a look at it. And let me point out just a couple of things here. Great look on the front, great artwork of the statue, big Incredible Hulk. As you look here on top, you see the Incredible Hulk again here. Now some damage here, as you can see. And this really frustrates me. Some massive box damage here. The shipper was all damaged in this area, and the box was basically open. Everything seems to be sealed inside, but you know, very concerning. Look at the back here, and you can see big radiation symbol, all in green. Not much going on the sides. And there's another look at the front. So let's crack this thing open and take a look at it. Guys, I wanted to give you an idea how big this thing is. That's a 6-inch Black Series figure standing there, and as you see as I pull back, that Stormtrooper just dwarfs in comparison to this styrofoam piece. And try to pull back here and get a look. You can see that damage there on that bottom left corner, and you can see the Millennium Falcon sitting up there. That's usually sitting pretty high in the back of my review videos. So yeah, just massive. So let's get this tape off and take a look at it. Alright guys, as I'm opening this up, few things I wanted to show you, and you'll have to forgive me. This is my first premium format statue, so I'm kind of learning as I go. But there's a side panel here in the box that I cut open, and if we remove that, you can see here, even without opening the statue, we already have access to the base. You know, numbered here, 206 out of 1,000. It says Sideshow Incredible Hulk. Got that radiation symbol there on the bottom. And as we pull this thing out, yeah, you can see that's the base sitting down in there. So we'll get the rest of it out and take a look. Alright, now I wanted you guys to see inside the package. Big Hulk toes, a lot of parts. Looks like a good bit of assembly required here with him. And he's missing his head. He's got no head. There's some silicone gel. So we'll get this off and get him together and take a look. Alright, and from what I can tell, this guy doesn't come with any instructions. So there's some more pieces here. As you saw, we put him on the base. But I wanted to get a look at these pieces. And they look really great. Just amazing detail. I am super stoked. Looks like this is supposed to be, you know, a piece of metal with some rust and deterioration on it. And just, man, look at that detail. Just amazing, amazing work. Beautiful, beautiful. So we'll try to figure out where that goes. And looks like some electrical conduit or hose ripping apart. You can just see there some amazing detail. Paint, just amazing sculpting. Just beautiful. Everything I would expect from Sideshow. You know, just amazing. And we have another piece here. And this is the hand from the Hulkbuster. And wow, that just, now that makes me want a Hulkbuster. Gosh, that is just amazing. Beautiful. Look at that thing. So just a ton of detail in this one piece here, and you can see where it's, you know, ripped apart. The pieces here, just lots of detail and little pieces and gears with lots of dry brushing and paint apps. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And you can see here, try and get in close so you can take a look at this. There's a lot of scuffing, you know, wear. You know, where it's been battling. Just looks awesome. You see that scuffing and that metallic. These fingers. You know, just amazing detail. You know, more damage here, more there. I've got to say, so far I am completely impressed. And we'll look at the other side. Just more amazing detail in those joints. You know, in here, the paint, the sculpting. Just really looks great. And this is just a piece that goes with it. This isn't even the statue. So, just beautiful, beautiful. And then, now we'll take a look at the two heads. And this one came with two. I don't know if that was the way they came standard, or if, you know, that was a Sideshow exclusive. So this is the first head. And trying to get a closer look. Man, that's a big Hulk head in the viewfinder there. But I want to see if you can see the detail in this. The gloss on the lips. It just looks like, you know, they're a little bit moist. Those eyes just look amazing. You can even see the red around the pupil. You know, all the sculpting and the wrinkles, paint, just amazing. Those teeth. Yeah, you can see the gums down in there. Just beautiful, beautiful work. Shading in here. You know, it looks like skin, the texture. Looks like skin. Just super. There's underneath. You can see wrinkles and the chin. The hair, and I don't think it does it justice. It has some green and black in here. You know, maybe a little finer detail in the hair if I had to just really nitpick here. But you can see in some places it's there. But, you know, good sculpt on the hair all over. His ears looking good. You know, the neck comes up just amazing. It's just totally amazing. I'm sorry, I'm ranting. So we'll get a look at the other head. And these all come wrapped in plastic. You can see there's a knot tied into them here. And they all had separate compartments for containing them. So that was really great. And this is probably the head I'm going to display. This is what drew my attention to the figure. It's kind of more of the old classic look, and I just like it. I love this look. You know, he looks like a monster in it. You know, not to say the other one doesn't, but I can already tell I'm liking this more. There's a lot more shading underneath the eyes. Still has the same amount of detail, the little lines and the redness and, you know, the pupils. But man, this brow, just completely amazing. Love that texture on there, the wrinkles, the colors, you know, just amazing, beautiful work. Love how they shaded in over this lip and the nose. These lips, you know, it's got the curvature and same detail with the teeth, and you can see the gum down in there. You know, just great work, great shading, great paint, great sculpting. Same thing we saw in the hair, a mix of the green and the black. You know, looks good. You know, just great work overall. Sideshow really does some amazing work, and like I said, this is my first, so I'm a little blown away by it. I was deeply concerned when I saw the damage on the shipping box, and I would like to have had a clean shipper, but as I'm looking at these parts, this is just some beautiful work. Alright, so we'll get a closer look at the statue and get these on. And now here he is with all the little parts put on him, and I gotta say, I'm blown away. I'm gonna gush a little bit because it's my first premium format, so you guys forgive me, but this thing is amazing. It is so huge, and it is sick how much detail they put into this thing. So, you know, from a reviewer standpoint, there's a few things I can nitpick over, and I'll show you those, but I am just in love with this statue overall. It's just great looking paint, detail, and just size of it. It makes a huge statement when you walk in the room, just like the Hulk should. And as we get a closer look at the detail in this thing, we've already looked at the heads, but I did want to show you it is magnetized. You can see down inside there the parts put in for the teeth, so there's some space in between them. And I'll just swap this head out while we're at it. So you can get a look at the other head in here, and it just plugs in like so, and the magnet holds it firmly in place. Great job there. Like I said, we already looked at the detail on the head, so let's look at this arm, and you can see just all the detail and the texture in here, and you can see the veins, wrinkles, paint, the dark shading. Just amazing, amazing work. And I'll turn him here so you kind of get a look at the side of that arm, and just through and through the veinings, you know, just awesome detail. And as we look down here through the hands and the fist, just completely detailed out. A little bit of styrofoam there, and I mean, his hands are massive. That's my hand, and I'm a big-handed guy, so you can see how big this is. You know, just great, great work. And we'll turn him around, take a look at the back. Get him through here, and you can see that back sculpting, and just again, amazing work. You can see the spine sculpted in here, all the wrinkles, the great texture, the roughness in the elbows, you know, and just all the muscular features of, you know, up through the back, the highlighting of the green and the different shades of green through here. Of course, he has cloth pants. You know, premium formats do this quite a bit, you know, and Sideshow does a great job with this. The only thing, you know, if I had to nitpick, the pants had to be flipped out because they were all, you know, turned up in the packaging. So, you know, I pulled that out. And you know, I feel like with gravity it'll lay down as it should. You know, Hulk, it's got no butt there, but you know, that's okay. So let's turn him around some more and get another look at this side over here. And you know, trying to be careful here. So you can see on the other side, just the same great sculpting and detail through here. Great look at, you know, the muscles defined and the different tones they used of green. The different textures, you know, again, rough on the elbows there, and just through and through, you know, just awesome sculpting. See if we can get a look at these hands over here, and I'll bring him closer to the camera. And as you can see there, just some great, that hand is just, it's probably as big as my son's. Great work in the fingernails, detail in the fingers, you know, just beautiful, beautiful work here. You know, through the chest. You know, more of the veins, and as you see with the shorts, and this sculpted all the way up under here if you're wondering. You know, it's through and through the legs. You know, I'm not going to try and remove any of this and tear it up, but just looks good. And then we'll try and pan this camera down here a little bit so you guys can get a look at the bottom, and we'll move it out some. And as you can see, the feet, they did some great shading here, great big toes, bigger than my fingers, and I've got big fingers. The toenails even have little cracks in them and texturing in them. You know, just amazing. And as we look at this base, if I had to nitpick another feature, you know, we looked at the Hulkbuster hand, and by the way, it's on a magnet as well, and it mounts in there. But the tone of this part here in the pictures, the red actually matched the hand from Hulkbuster, and you can see here this is kind of a lighter tone than the Hulkbuster hand is. They're two different colors. So if I had to nitpick something, you know, it might be the fact that that's different. You know, I don't know if it's supposed to be or if this is actually a part of Hulkbuster. But, you know, to me, I think it would have flowed better if they both were the same color either way. You can see the detail in the hoses here, and just to go over a couple pieces that had to be placed on, this hose in here has to be put on. You have to be very careful with it. It actually has to be put on before setting him down, so I actually had to remove him, put that back on. There's another piece of pipe in here, and I'll get a closer look at that here in a few minutes. But that actually had to be put on as well before that. This piece, I have no idea where this goes. I actually got online to find where the other pieces went by going on Sideshow and looking at some pics, but this is a piece that, you know, it's got a hole in there, so I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a bullet hole or if that's actually supposed to be a mounting hole. It's not perfectly symmetrical, and in the pics it just kind of shows this piece here, but there's nothing to mount it to, so I don't know if it is supposed to just lay up there. If you guys know different, please let me know in the comments. Alright, we're going to turn it around and I'm going to reposition so we can get a closer look at this base. Alright, and as you can see here, this is a closer look at the base, and you can see those tones of paint being different. But look at all the detail and the scuffing and the dent in the side there. Just so much detail in all of this. You can see those hoses there are conduit, looking great. We'll move this piece out of the way for now. As I go around here, kind of get a closer look at those feet and those toes and the detail in those. And you can see that texture really good through and through that's in his skin. And we'll take a look at the back of the feet here as I flip this thing around. You'll have to excuse me, I'm just trying to be cautious and careful with it. But there's a great look at the bottom of his feet, and you can see the calloused and rough texture in here that we would imagine Hulk's feet to be like. So very realistic. He needs a pumice stone. What can I say? But as we flip him on around here, you can see this hand, and I'll show you. It is also on a magnet, so that just plugs in there, just like that. Looks great. This is that other piece we had to put on that I said I'd show you in more detail, and it just pegs in underneath the foot, and it looks like he's crushing a piece of pipe as he steps on it, and that just looks awesome. And then here's the other piece of conduit that connects here and goes around, and it's actually, the end is crushed and goes underneath his foot there. But as we turn this thing, I want you to really pay attention to, this is a piece of pipe here that, just looks awesomely detailed. And you can see some metallic scuffing in there. And then just the detail in the rock, the different shades of gray and brown, the sculpting and all the pieces of rock and how it's crushed. And it's just amazing how much work went into that. You can see the other foot there, with more detail. And this is kind of a different shade up here, like, almost like an asphalt or something maybe, that maybe he was walking on. Can't really tell, but different shade, and it kind of flips over into the rock here. We'll turn it around and get a closer look at those toes that I was talking about. And this is my other issue if I had to have gripes. It's chipped right here. And it's not chipped anywhere on the statue, but right here. I hate that it's right on the front. Of course, most people probably won't notice, but it's going to call to me every time I see the statue. I'll probably get a little paint and cover that up, because it's not worth, sending the statue back or anything over one little chip. And it honestly could have happened as I was trying to get the foot on, so I'm not going to blame Sideshow for that. But it is something that I was a little disappointed in. You see some more pieces of metal that are sculpted through here, and it's got a bronze detail. So just all in all, just amazing base and sculpting work in that and through the statue. So let's do some comparisons. And here he is compared to the Bowen Iron Man statue there on the right. And as you can see, they don't scale well together. In fact, I don't have anything in my collection that's going to scale well with this guy. So let's get a measurement. And he's measuring in to the top of his head a little over 20 inches. So just a big, big figure here. And here he is next to the Marvel Legends Toy Biz Hulk. And as you can see, it's definitely Baby Hulk time. So wrapping it up, Hulk, one of my favorite characters from the Marvel Universe, and I think Sideshow completely delivered with this statue. They hit it out of the park. Amazing detail, amazing paint, amazing sculpt. It's a total buy in my book. And don't get me wrong, I didn't go out and pay full price for this thing. It was on a payment plan when it first was announced. I don't have the income to go buy premium format statues. This was my first, so, and it may be my last. But it was completely worth it. I know this thing is probably going on the secondary market now because I believe they're sold out with 1,000 pieces limited. So, good luck to you guys. If you're trying to get it, probably getting in early now is your best bet before it sits, out there for a long time, because Sideshow pieces are investments and they do nothing but go up over time. So, in closing, if you can get it and you've got the money, it's totally worth it. Few gripes aside, I can't complain really about this statue. The box and the shipper basically were my biggest issues. And I'll probably drop Sideshow an email on those and hopefully get it replaced. And I'll let you know. in an upcoming video how that goes. But overall, I'm completely impressed with this piece. I hope you guys were able to see all the detail. I'm sorry I'm not set up to review things this big, but I hope you were able to get a good look at this statue and see what you're getting into with it. So thank you guys. Link to Facebook in the description below. Please like us there. Join us on Twitter. And I've got the Toy Art link up for news and pictures of my collection. Also, subscribe please. We're trying to build an audience, so please click like on the video if you enjoyed the review. Definitely got more content for you guys coming, and we plan to hit you with some more surprises like this one. So just keep coming back. Appreciate it again, guys. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment, and we'll see you soon. All right. As you can see here, this is the base. It's got some big square pegs in here. You see that? And we're going to put this guy together. His big Hulk feet in here. Line him up like so. And there you go. That's him sitting on the base.